Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5. It is June 18th. It is Monday.
It is.
It is Monday. I'm Beth Stevens.
And I am Paul Wontorek.
And we are here with Miss Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Oh, look how cute she is. And we have a great guest.
Preston Truman Boyd. I love it. His name is so fancy.
He's so fancy. He's in
But
the
social
play.
media, he's just Preston Boyd.
Thank you.
No, true.
It's true.
He's in the play what I wrote. The Broadway.com.
Not the play what I wrote, the play that goes wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But you getting it wrong was amazing.
I've been literally doing this for a year and a half. Right. I did it on purpose. See that?
All right, let's go to our top 5 before you do anything else.
A fan favorite is Going Green on Broadway.
Yes.
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 Yes. I think we've been waiting for this. Jessica Vosk,
Jessica Vosk.
who has been here before. Wow, this girl has a voice on her. Jessica Vosk can sing.
She can.
I mean, she
was
came
in
here and
Fiddler
sang
more
on the
most
Broadway.com show.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw her last night at Broadway Bears. I was up late, you guys, at Broadway Bears.
Was she clothed?
She was clothed.
Okay. Just asking.
But
You never know.
so let's see. We knew her from Fiddler, right?
Fiddler.
She did, and Funny Neverland, I think. And Bridges of Madison County.
And Wicked
then
on Tour.
She did Alphabet on the Road.
Right.
And became a fan favorite, as you mentioned.
She
Because you
did.
know how the Wicked fans love their Alphabets. And now she's joining the Broadway company. She will start July 16th. The fantastic Jackie Burns, who is one of the longest running Alphabets, the
Yeah.
longest running Alphabet.
I say just put it out there. Make it a
Sure.
thing.
Jackie's leaving July 14th. She's fantastic as well. So yeah, this is exciting.
So that means that Jessica Vosk will be here for the 15th anniversary in October.
And she will be here in our studio
Hopefully soon.
often because we like her. Stop by, Jessica.
We know you're watching.
We know you're watching.
She is.
And we got bad news, but then good news for girls and boys.
Girls and boys.
What a teaser.
Yeah.
Bad and good.
Is it good?
Bad
Is it bad?
and
Which-
good.
Paul, which one would you like first? The good news or the bad news?
Bad.
Okay. Carrie Mulligan had a minor injury and had to cancel a few performances. So she canceled the evening shows June 12th through the 18th, which is tonight. But here's the good news. I knew you were waiting for it. There are 9 new performances because, you know, if you make a promise, you keep it. That's added to the schedule. So it was going to end July 15th. Now it will end July 22nd. This is this new play written by Dennis Kelly of Matilda fame, correct? And directed by Lindsay Turner. And it's at Off-Broadway's Minetta Lane Theater. Minetta Lane Theater. Opens June 27th.
Your whole good news, bad news thing is making me feel bad about the next story, which is
Oh,
all
I
bad.
know. It's all
So,
bad.
Oh, we're just going to move on.
It's
Go ahead,
all
give us the
bad.
teaser,
I know.
Caitlin.
Well, this is my teaser. It's like fans are going to have to wait a little bit longer to see what may in Boston.
Wow.
You
Alright.
see?
Alright,
You
alright.
see?
Okay, so
Okay, just
everyone
relax.
is waiting for Moulin Rouge, the musical.
Yes.
Obviously, everyone in our office, everyone in Boston, everyone on Broadway.
All the Tvader tots.
Karen Olivo, Aaron Tveit,
Yes.
this amazing cast. Anyway, calm down, everybody.
I'm a little
They
upset.
did have to postpone. The first 2 weeks are off. This is a brand new musical. I saw pictures
I
of
say
the set
take your
design.
time in Boston.
No, wait a
Enjoy.
minute. I've seen pictures of this. When you see this show, I've seen pictures of what it's going to look like.
Oh.
I understand why it's delayed because, first of all, the Emerson is the Emerson Colonial Theater
Yes,
is a
thank you.
very famous theater in Boston that had a lot of out-of-town tryouts, including Grand Hotel. And Seussical with the other costumes. Anyway,
This is a fact. Look it up.
Beth knows what that means.
He's got it.
Kathy Zuber's costumes.
And Kathy Zuber is doing the costumes for Moulin Rouge.
Is she?
And she just won another Tony.
That was a nice way to tie my
welcome.
randomness back together.
Love it.
There we go.
So the actual reason, unforeseen circumstances, as you say, isolated construction issue in the renovation of the theater. They're fixing the theater. It's going to be
fine. It's
amazing.
gonna be
I
okay.
don't want any of you to start gossiping about Moulin Rouge. It's coming,
Not lost in
and
Boston.
it's worth the wait.
Okay.
So anyway, but the bad news part is that they are delaying. The first 2 weeks are gone.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to start June 27th. Now it'll be July 10th, but it's still ending on August 19th. So my point was there are not makeup performances for this.
Gotcha.
So you just need to get in there, and then you can see it on Broadway. If you missed it there. But anyway, yeah, John Logan wrote the book. Alex Timbers. Anyway, this is
Good stuff.
This is going to be good. So
It's going to
calm
be good.
down.
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait. Yeah. And the original Demon of Death is coming back to the island tonight.
Way to sell it, Caitlin.
Thank
Way
you.
to sell it. So Merle
Thank you.
Dandridge, who was in Once on This Island. When you write OOTI, I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Ooh-tee.
She was the original Papa Gay in the new Broadway
Miss-
Tony-winning
I found you
revival.
Miss Vanjie for some reason. I said sorry. Go ahead.
You went somewhere else.
Papa Gay.
Papa Gay.
I
She's
saw her
back.
at the Tony party. We
Yes, she
stopped
was
by
there.
the
We went.
celebration, the Once in a Silent, because we were very excited here in the office.
We were.
Yes.
I just want to say
Remember Kyle having his frozen margarita that night?
I actually do remember that.
We don't forget that. Kyle.
But Merle is leaving again August 19th, and then Tamara Gray will be back August 20th. Did I say that right? August 19th.
I've seen them
August
both in the
20th.
Raw. They're both fantastic.
Yeah,
But I'm
you
excited
can't go
Merle's
wrong
back.
at Once on
Yeah.
this Island. Just go enjoy this
Well, because Merle's a
Tony-winning
big TV star. I mean,
revival.
Yeah.
She's a big deal.
Yeah, so she had other things to do, but she's
She's got
back.
things to do.
Back on the island.
Back on the island.
Woody.
And a comedian is bringing the laughs to the New York stage.
Paul Mercurio is a very funny guy. You might know him from Comedy Central. He has a solo show that is at the, I love the name of this theater, at the Theater Center, because I leave the pause because it used to be the Snapple Theater Center.
It was?
And it had that big Snapple sign on 50th
I
above
don't-
Dwayne Reed,
I
right
don't-
over here,
I don't-
Beth.
I don't look up.
So now it's the Theater Center. I don't just say the Theater Center because I like to leave the Snapple there. Anyway, at the Jerry Orbach Theater.
That I knew.
Yeah, Jerry Orbach.
Jerry
you know.
Orbach.
This
Huge
comedy
star.
will feature Paul, not me, Mercurio, improvising with audience members by randomly bringing them on stage. Oh, we could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And talking about who they are, their lives, interests, and what they honestly think.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's
okay.
no script.
Sounds like a lot of
So it
truth
sounds
telling.
like it's just a funny guy with an audience in front of him making
Sounds
it
good.
work. So anyway,
Off-Broadway.
it's called Permission
Off-Broadway.
to Speak. Get it? And it starts when? July 23rd. Oh, no,
Yeah.
July 16th, and it goes through August 15th.
Yeah.
So that's Permission to Speak. Beth?
I'm going to give you
Permission
permission,
to
to
leave?
leave. I knew- yeah, we're going same place. Same place.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, why don't you tell us all about Mr. Boyd?
Of course, guys, we have Preston in the studio today, and he's currently starring as Robert in the play That Goes Wrong, which just celebrated its 500th performance. He's also been on Broadway in Sunset Boulevard, She Loves Me, On the 20th Century, and Bullets Over Broadway, and Big Fish. He's been in a lot of stuff, you guys. He was also in the touring productions of Young Frankenstein and Jersey Boys. Make sure to follow him on social media at Preston Boyd and leave all of your questions for him in the comments below because we know you guys got a lot of them. So, guys, please welcome Beth and Preston.
Ooh.
Preston
I've got a lot
Truman
of
Boyd.
questions to
A lot of
answer.
questions.
Second timer.
Yes.
Second timer. He's
Yeah.
been on Live at
So
5
happy to be
before.
back.
We've upgraded the set.
Yeah. Still at 5. Still live at 5.
We're
yeah.
still
Still
at 5. We used to
o'clock.
be at 5-ish. Now we try to
5-ish, yeah.
do it on time.
A hard
Welcome.
time.
Welcome
Thank
back.
You. Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm great. It's Monday. I'm happy to be here.
It is Monday. So the play That Goes Wrong
Yes.
goes wrong.
Goes wrong.
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Yeah. It's
and insane. How's it going for you? Is it going well?
It's so funny that we have a hard time not laughing as well while we're up there
That's-
because
I wanna
this
ask
is
you about that.
this is a group of like some of the zaniest, kookiest people I've ever met, and to be living in this world with them is a lot of fun.
I
and-
believe you.
Yes.
I believe you. I actually went backstage and got to see some of the props. A lot of things fall.
Yeah.
A lot of things crash into other things, and there's some spitting.
Yeah.
Did I sell you? You need to see this. It's closing
might get spat on
August
or crashed
26th. You
into,
have
yeah.
all summer to go and have a great time at the theater.
Yes.
I took my kids.
Oh,
I'll just
yes.
tell you a personal story, and then I'll ask you questions about you, okay?
Yeah.
I took my kids. One is 10, one is 7. The 10-year-old laughed so hard that definitely the cast was looking over and, like, disturbed. My 7-year-old was like, was that supposed to happen? And I had no answer, because it is supposed to happen, but it's not.
But it's not. Yes. It's a little bit of theatrical
It
inception.
actually was a little bit of a brain twist
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
fun.
that brings me to your cast, which is a lot of wacky people.
Yes.
Who's the biggest prankster?
Oh my gosh, Mark Evans has that glint in his eye that just, it's like you don't know what's coming and you have to get ready for it, and he might, shoot you a look that will have you in stitches, or, luckily
You
we
can
can't.
break in the play That Goes Wrong, right?
Alex can break, who plays Max in the show. He's he's the
always
audience is
laughing.
he's always laughing. The audience is such a huge part of the show as well. We call it the last character of the show. So Alex has kind of a free pass, and he can let loose whenever he wants, and it's kind of infuriating because we have to hold it together, and it's a little bit of an Anna Boo Boo situation.
That sounds comfortable. at
Yeah,
Work.
yeah,
Go to
there you
work.
go. Yeah. Yep, go to work and be uncomfortable. It's great. Yeah.
I'm sure you're asked this all the time, but I'm still curious. What happens when something does go wrong? That's not supposed to go
Yeah,
wrong.
we say when something goes wrong, it actually kind of goes right.
Confusing.
Yeah, again, theatrical inception. The moment where the fire goes off when
Yes.
Dennis throws the match on the coal scuttle, sometimes just because of mechanical error, the firing mechanism doesn't happen and the fire doesn't go off, and I'm standing behind the door with my mask on and the fire extinguisher, and I just turn and take it off and walk backstage, and we're on to the next joke. But leaves the audience with kind of like we haven't really laughed in like
That's
8
a technical
seconds.
error. That's not a human error.
Feeling.
So it's
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Oh no human error over at the play that goes wrong. No.
Can we
Could get
talk about
seriously
you
hurt.
now?
Yes, please.
I mean, I know we could talk about the play that goes wrong forever.
I'd love to talk about. No, I'm kidding.
I'm so curious about you because you are a Midwestern guy.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, born in Fargo.
Fargo.
Moved across the river.
It's like right there, right?
Yeah,
Minnesota.
yeah, touching. We went over to the other side because the hockey and schools are better. So.
Because you were a hockey
Yeah, I
player,
used to play
and then you had to
hockey,
make a
yeah.
decision.
Yep.
And this is it.
That's right. Yeah.
You
very
made the
good.
decision.
I made the right decision, I guess.
Was it like that? Was there like a timer on your decision? Were you like, was there?
I had people kind of like, we
You're
need an
waiting,
answer kind of situation
Did
for
they
sure.
play the
Yeah.
Jeopardy music?
Yeah.
Had a
Totally.
feeling. But how did you know about theater? How were you involved? How did you know about Broadway?
I had a very supportive family, and my grandfather sang, at the Met, and he was an opera
Your
guy.
grandfather sang at the
Yep,
Met?
Yeah, and he did the Met chorus, and he taught voice all over the country and spent time in Italy singing.
Wow,
and my
talented
grandmother
family.
composed music, and my grandfather was a clown at the local fair.
So
and,
who was going to think you were going to pick hockey?
Exactly. I know. My father was kind of a jack of all trades as well. So, again, I had a lot of support, which was very nice. But I guess I really enjoyed doing this more than anything else.
And then you did The Princess and the Pea.
I did The Princess and the Pea. Oh
I
my
do my
gosh,
research,
what did you?
people.
Did
No,
the
I do.
research.
I like
Where's
to
the
freak
about me
people
in this
out.
world? Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah.
So you did that in what? Elementary school?
Elementary school. Yeah, that's when I really.
Were you the princess? No.
I know.
No.
No, I was like the jester who would like come in and I was like the scene transition guy, but I would sing like a little funny song that kind of just like summed up what happened in the story,
In
And
case you weren't paying attention.
Yeah. It was very improv based. No, I'm kidding. No, it was a lot of fun. But that's actually funny that you bring that up because that was kind of that first moment when I was like, oh man, it feels good to be laughed at and with.
And here you are.
Here I am.
But is
being
this
laughed
your
at
first
again.
time being on Broadway, not in a musical?
Yeah, first straight play on Broadway. Yeah, I did Of Mice and Men at Bay Street a couple years ago, and I was like, wow, I actually enjoy being on stage and not having to sing. And then
These
I
little moments when
yeah,
you get laughed
totally.
at in Princess and the Pea,
Yeah,
and then you
then-
can realize you can not sing and still get applause.
yeah, it's so
Big
it's
deal.
wild.
So how did you get this part?
I saw this show. We actually got I think we had a ticket exchange, or we got free tickets when we were in Sunset, and I didn't really know anything about the show. The whole cast was like, let's go get dinner and see the show.
Sure.
And so we went and
Did Glenn
all sat
Close come?
together. Glenn Close did not come that time, but
have
she
to
came and
ask.
saw me, which is very nice of her.
Much nice.
So
Did she bring her dog Pip? Is it
she
Pip?
she asked if she could bring Pip because
I know my
but
Glenn Close,
Yeah,
yeah.
she ended up finding a Pip sitter, pup sitter, dog sitter.
I'm sorry.
No.
So you went to see the show.
Went to see the show and totally fell in love. People can relate having those moments where you see a show and you're like, I have to be in that somehow. So I like called my agents the next day and I was like, whenever there's an opening or whatever. So
Wow, really?
yeah. So
And
months,
it worked out.
months
Like if
down
you
the
go see
road, I
another
know.
show, can you call your agent and be like, I
Yeah.
want to be in this one next?
Yeah.
I think you should work on that.
I think I'm gonna try manifesting more. No, it was great. We ended up getting the audition, and the process for this show was such a wild.
There's serious choreography.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it
that's
was,
not dance. It's just
no,
like
like
comedy
staging, choreography. Yeah, and we it was such a unique process because we actually had our final callbacks on the stage of the Lyceum Theater
wow.
on the set.
'Cause you
which
need all that
you
stuff.
need all that stuff. You need to, it's a big space to fill without a mic, and there's
There are so many actors' nightmares within this play.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
one's your big actor's nightmare?
my big actor's nightmare.
Like not knowing your lines.
Well, I mean,
falling
yeah,
asleep.
being on top of that platform when it crashes
Oh.
and it's the real deal. It's
Getting hurt.
Getting hurt, yeah.
That's a real actor's
It's
nightmare.
a real actor's nightmare.
You took it to a real
Yeah,
place. I was waiting
exactly.
for you to be
I
like,
don't
I
know if you
forgot
can see
my
that.
lines.
That's a broken finger from
Oh.
a few weeks ago. I slammed it in the door. Had to take a little time off. So, yeah.
But thank you for, Thank you.
Yeah, it's the
pointer
right finger. It's not the middle
It's
finger.
the pointer
I hope you're-
finger. Let's
I hope
clarify.
you're recovering well.
I'm recovered. Love it. Yeah, just not.
The workman's comp at the play that goes
Oh
wrong
yeah,
is serious.
Yeah, they've got a
Serious.
lot of open files. Yeah. So,
right, well, I
The
know that,
open files. Yeah. No.
I know that you all have questions for. I like to call you Mr. Boyd because you're all dressed up.
I know.
today.
I'm going to a gala tonight, so
They're very
I'm
fancy.
looking very
Fancy.
Fancy. So let's take some questions.
Please.
Sure thing. Alec wants to know what your dream role is.
My dream role. I always say George Surratt, and
And now you've got the beard.
now I have the beard on.
With the
Yeah, I'll
beard.
work on it a little more. But yeah, I would love to play George in Sunday in the Park. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Be really fun.
It's a big acting challenge, but also a big sing too. You know,
You're ready. You're ready.
I'm ready.
You're up for it.
I'm ready. It's very funny, right? It's a funny show.
So funny.
So funny. Yeah, I'm ready.
That's good. Yeah. Also, people wanting, you started out as an understudy,
Yes,
correct? When
yes.
you came
Swinger.
into
I was an understudy on this show, which, if you can imagine, for those of you who have seen it, having to know all of those guys, you know, it was very daunting.
How many parts?
Five
You
of
were
the understudying
That's crazy.
Max and Trevor and Robert and Jonathan and Dennis.
So if they get something wrong, can you be like, dude?
Yeah,
it's fine.
don't worry about it. So yeah, that was but again, this is such a physical show. Clifton Duncan, who was my predecessor, who was also injured on the show, unfortunately had to take off, and I ended up stepping in. So, but
And
again,
stepping into what? Knickers? What are you wearing in this
I'm
show?
wearing big baggy knickers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's
tweed,
a look.
tweed vest, tweed knickers. Yeah, it's very good
Perfect
summer
for July.
summer wear. Yeah, I think it's in a catalog somewhere. Maybe that's what keep it on trend. As the play that goes wrong.
Just pull them out one
Yeah,
day and be
it's,
like, here it is.
Hunting wear. Yeah, summer hunting wear. No, that's.
Julia wants to know if you think the show could work well if it was called The Musical That Goes Wrong.
We've talked about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we've talked about it over there, and I'm sure the guys of the Mischief Theater Company have thought about it as well. But we think it'd be really funny to
like it.
write a song where you're singing the whole thing like 2 counts behind the music, or like I think there's something to The Musical That Goes Wrong. Absolutely. I think
There
it'd be
are other things, plays that go wrong
Yeah,
in
yeah,
London. So
yeah.
there's Peter Pan.
Peter
Peter Pan that goes
Oh.
wrong, the bank robbery that
bank
goes
robbery, that's
wrong,
right.
movie night. They've got a lot of
Sounds
stuff.
like a musical should be in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
they have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and I'm
And you could do
exci-
either one.
Sure, I'm a part of the family
can
now.
do it
And you
all.
can sing.
Yeah.
Just break out the song anyway.
yeah.
Lucy wants to know what it was like coming into the show in the middle of its run.
It's interesting because everybody kind of finds their pace and they find their own colors to different jokes. It's a very specific
Well,
show.
it had a
and-
British cast, right?
It did,
And then
yeah.
this is the American cast who are super funny.
yeah.
But you were already kind of part of the family as an
Yeah,
understudy.
exactly. So we all the British cast went back to London, and the Americans all took over together. And we, being an understudy there, I was able to kind of, live in the world with everybody, and we all did a lot of clowning work and improvisation,
Very good.
work. Yeah, thank you. I say that word all the time. So we had a lot of time to kind of fall on our faces in front of each other, fall on each other's faces.
Well, that
Anyway,
does happen
that's another show.
That's the second act.
Yeah,
You'll
second
get
act,
there.
yeah. So, but yeah, it was it was fun to come in as Robert. Also, once the show had been kind of underway and try some different things and kind of make the role my own.
Yeah, shake it up a little.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Flip the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Ooh.
Peyton wants to know what piece of work do you think would be hilarious if it had its own version where it went wrong?
Oh wow.
I think anything.
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 Yeah. A Western would be funny. Like,
West Side Story gone
West Side Story gone
Sweeney
wrong.
Todd, I
Sweeney
think.
Todd gone wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Oh man. Just imagining someone going for the
Bloodbath.
cut, and the blood doesn't work.
Yeah, this
or
is a broken
something.
finger, but things
Yeah,
could go very
things
wrong.
could go very wrong. Yeah, that's a funny question. I like
Yeah, I
that.
know. I was like,
Way to go,
that's fun.
Peyton.
Yeah,
Way
that
to
was
go,
a-
Peyton.
Peyton, you rock.
she gets
That's
the
so
bonus
nice.
point
Give her
of
a
the night.
like. Can you give her likes on that?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
let's
like it.
like
We
that.
can
Yeah,
like
like
it.
that
All
one.
right,
Like
we'll
that
like
one.
that one.
Okay, like that one.
Okay. Oh, what is it? Has there ever been a mishap that's actually happened on stage where you've had to like figure it out?
The other night was very funny when the sound cues are all attached to lighting cues, and everything is kind of cue to cue that way. So we were behind a sound cue the other night, and when I step on the platform, sorry, this might be a spoiler, but the platform crashes, and there's supposed to be a sound cue that didn't go off. So the platform hits the ground. It was pretty quiet, for a giant platform hitting the ground. And then about a minute later, when it was just in the middle of some dialogue, and this huge crash goes off, and literally the last 10 minutes of the show, everyone was just like, trying to. Oh my gosh.
But that works with the show. It doesn't matter.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Especially
But-
by that point.
Well, yeah, because the audience. It was funny because Mark is tipping the clock down to the ground at one point. So as he was pulling it down, there was this huge crowd. He could have made it work. Oh, Mark. Kidding.
It's all his fault.
Mark,
That guy.
Where do I look?
That
Mark.
guy.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do after the show ends in August?
I'm going to be going on the first national tour of The Play That Goes Wrong, coming to a city near you.
Wow.
No, I mean, no, I'm not.
That didn't.
Nope.
I might. I hope I can.
Nope.
That'd be
I think
fun.
you might be.
We don't know
mixed up.
anything.
Yeah, I might be messed. Yeah, I might have gotten that wrong, but
We don't know
I would love to
anything.
go on tour if they'll have me. But yeah.
This show must be insane to tech, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's. I mean, when we've had new people come in, and yeah, I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting to see this show on the road in a big house. 2,000 seats.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'll be mic'd, and it's gonna be. I mean,
Wow.
but the good thing
It's
is
gonna go wrong.
It'll
It's
gonna go-
translate to.
yeah.
I'm spitting.
And-
It'll translate to. Sorry, the play that goes wrong. Come sit in the front row. That might happen to you. Yeah, it'll be fun.
And you've been on tour before.
Yeah, I toured with Jersey Boys and Young Frankenstein. So I'm excited to I don't know. I just after this show.
You just want to get out of New York.
I just
get
want
it.
to get out of New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
I get it. No, we want you out too. It's
No.
fine.
I got to get out of here, guys. No, I'm kidding. No, it's nice to have a little break here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally. Hey, Preston,
Yeah,
thank you for coming
thank you
by
for having me.
again.
I appreciate it.
I
Yes.
hope you come by again.
I hope I come by
and
again and again.
We
After
love having you.
having another show or again and again.
You'll
That'd be
just have to
great.
do that. Just
Yeah.
go see a show and then call your agent. Let
That's
us know
right.
what happens.
Yeah, I should have written that down. Wrote that down.
You can.
Driven, drove. Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you for the thank you for the conjugation.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you
English.
for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Caitlin, will you take us out?
Of course. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are live at 5 every day on Facebook, and the podcast version of today's episode will be up right after this, so you can listen to the hilarity over and over and over again. Tomorrow, we're going to be joined by Corey Cott, who's going to be talking all about Bandstand hitting the movie theaters.